Derek Chauvin trial is the biggest courtroom case of the streaming TV age, CNN. From a media perspective, the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin will be the biggest trial of streaming TV age. People will be watching on streaming TV services like Law and Crime, as well as TV networks like HLN.
Yeah, it's on 24/7.
It's
on the whole thing.
24/7. CNN.com will carry a live stream at all times. ABC will have a wall-to-wall coverage on it. ABC Live news streaming platform. CBS will make it available, a feed that's Minneapolis station. And the list goes on. Everybody's
reminiscent of
this.
OJ almost.
Exactly.
The last time
this
I
is
saw
an
it.
opportunity. Obviously, media is going to get a lot of eyeballs, and people, traffic's coming to them. So, in a way, their business model, they have the next story to go to. But what do you think is going to happen with them? Guilty? Will he be?
I don't know. I would say that the problem is that the average person saw what the media showed the average
8
person.
minutes and 46 seconds.
We saw it clearly looked like excessive force. It looked horrible. It looked like he killed this guy. The question, the average person doesn't necessarily understand the law in Minnesota. And in order to convict him of what they're charging him with, the question is, what do they need to prove beyond a reasonable doubt? And the question is, if they have to prove that he had the intent to kill George Floyd, I think that he has a good chance of getting off, because I don't know that they can prove his intent. And I don't think he planned it. I don't think when he was called to this scene, he says, "Oh, I have a chance." The other thing they haven't proven is any racism. Just because he's white and the other guy's black doesn't mean it's a racist event. It looked racist. I mean, most people were completely appalled by it, as I was when I saw it. Everybody, how could you not be? I think there was universal agreement, which is what I don't understand is why there were all these protests. Nobody was defending Chauvin initially, but now that they're learning more, the autopsy showed that the choking wasn't necessarily the cause of death, and all you need is one juror. I mean, I'm a lawyer. I understand this. You just need one juror to say, "I'm not 100% sure," and if you're not sure, you can't convict. Just the way our system works. So I don't know what they have to prove. I don't know. I don't think they went for first-degree murder, which probably would have required, hey, he had absolutely planned it and he intended to kill this guy. Do you think that Derek Chauvin intended to kill George Floyd? I don't know. I mean, that's
well, no. When he woke up that morning, I don't think he was like, "Let me go kill a guy."
Let's just go out and kill somebody,
especially
if he's the wrong color. I don't think that's the way. I mean, listen, it was the depraved thing.
What did the autopsy say?
I think the autopsy said he had lethal amounts of a combination of 2 drugs, including fentanyl, in his system. And I believe there was also some evidence that came out that he had some fentanyl in his pocket or his hand when they were going to arrest him, and he put it in his mouth and ate that on top of what he was already high from all of the accounts that the witnesses said when he was in the store, and he apparently passed a counterfeit bill and whatever. It all happened, and it happened very fast. I cannot imagine that he intended to kill him even as he was doing it, because he knew that 15 people are on the sidewalks videoing the guy. He knows if he kills the guy, he's going to ruin his life. Like, why would he do this? He got wrapped up in the moment. I don't think he had the intent to kill. If anything, maybe a negligent homicide, maybe
manslaughter.
Maybe manslaughter. I don't know what they're charging him with. I haven't looked at the details.
Well,
I think if they're not careful about if they get too aggressive and try to charge him with too much, I think they're going to lose. I think he gets off if they charge him with too much. If they go to the lower charge, they might be able to get him.
Adam.
But I think politically, this is going to be very dangerous for our country.
And that's where I'm going with this, is for our country. Again, I don't know where this trial is headed. I'm just thinking of optics. We all saw what happened when OJ got off, or when the Rodney King. For the sake of our country and for the sake of our cities and for the sake of, again, optics here, I don't give 2 shits about Derek Chauvin. He better be charged with something. Like, this guy, whether he had drugs in his system or not, I don't think George Floyd would have died that day unless Derek Chauvin's knee was not on his neck.
That's actually going to be a matter of fact. They're going to try to prove.
We're going to find out.
Yeah,
but
he either did or he didn't.
I'm thinking of America. I charge this mother sucker with something. If you let this guy off, something bad is going to happen.
Charged? Do you think he's going to get charged?
I hope so.
Convicted?
Not hope so. Do you think he's going to get convicted?
Yes, I do.
Do you think he's going to get convicted?
I think more likely than not he will, but not necessarily because the facts show he should be convicted of what he's charged with. I think the jurors are going to weigh exactly what you're thinking, Sage. If we let this guy off, we're going to have blood on our hands. There's going to be cities burning. People are going to get shot up.
And you might say, that's not right.
Really,
that's not appropriate.
That is not right. That's not the way our system works. But again, I'm not defending this guy. This guy is not a good guy.
You think he's going to get off?
I think he is.
You do?
I think he is, and it concerns me. I think he is going to get off.
Why does it concern you? What is the concern?
Why does it concern me?
What's the concern?
Are you kidding me? Like, America's already, the way the media is selling how divided we are, you know what's going to happen if he gets off?
It's a spark.
But I think it's going to get off.
It's going to be ugly.
I think it's going to get off because the autopsy.
That's
Listen,
my fear.
I just think about as a lawyer, here, listen, this is what the autopsy says. What do you want me to say? Yes, $25 million paid to the family, all that stuff that's already been done, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, we're going to get rid of him. Yes, he'll be a limo driver for the rest of his life type of a thing. The same story with the guy that did what he did to OJ. Guess what he is today? He's a limo driver in L.A.
What, the guy that did what?
The cop, with not OJ, I'm sorry, with Rodney King.
Yeah.
The same thing with the cop that did what he did to Rodney King. You can pull up his face. He was on TMZ. He's a limo driver in LAX. Okay, it's embarrassing where the guy's talking and saying, hey, how's it feel knowing what you did, you piece of shit? You're now a limo driver. How do you feel about it? How do you feel? I mean, he's taking somebody's. Okay, so, yes, the guy's going to have a miserable life for the rest of his life.
He didn't kill Rodney King. He beat him up.
I can't believe they haven't taken that Chris Rock.
What was his name? I forget his name. What was the officer's name? The name is a pretty, if you go to Kuhn.
That's his name?
Go back and put Stacy Kuhn, limo driver. I think that could be it. Put Stacy Kuhn, limo driver. Limo driver.
I'm amazed they haven't canceled. They canceled that video that Chris Rock did. How not to get your ass kicked.
Yeah, he's a limo driver. There you go. He's a limo driver.
Remember that video, the Chris Rock one? How not to get your ass kicked by the police. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
When we're done, you should watch it.
I will. I will definitely watch it. So yeah, I think it's going to be. I think he will be released, and I think. Oh my gosh, it's not going to be
How does he
pretty.
live his life? I mean, it's just
forget about him. No, forget about him. This is not about him. This is about America and what's going to happen.
Flames.
Because what he did 8 minutes and 46 seconds, and you watch it, it's like, dude, they're just, and then you watching the other people that are recording. Like even what happened with that lady that got hit up by this guy who went in, what do you call it? Knocked the girl out, the Asian lady. Did you see that with the camera?
Ridiculous.
They kicked her in the face, all this stuff. And then later on they found out the guy stabbed his own wife or his own girlfriend and killed him, and he went to prison for that. And guys are standing on the side not wanting to do anything because they're worried if they get caught, what's going to be said, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I think this is catastrophic. I hope, obviously we have laws that we have to follow, and it's been set up in a way that you have to be innocent until proven guilty, et cetera, et cetera.
And guilt must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt.
Beyond a reasonable
if there's a reasonable doubt,
I don't think they have it here, Adam. I don't think they have it here. And I think there's a part where...
Depends what they're charging him with.
That's a very good point. If that goes that route, brace for impact. It will be a very interesting midterm election. I think this is going to be all they talk about 12 months from now.
And if it takes that long...
how long do you think it's going to take?
It could take, I don't know. It's going pretty quickly so far.
Okay. All right. We'll see. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.